Yo, welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you. Big up to Mandem in the building. Thank you for being part of the show today. Hope everybody is doing well. We made it to Friday. I hope everybody is ready for the weekend. For some people, the weekend already started. For some of us, it's just about to start. So, hey, wherever you are, big up yourself. I hope you're doing well and you are healthy. But before we start, the house cleaning, please subscribe if you haven't. Make sure when you subscribe, you hit that notification bell so you know when you'll be notified when we are on. And also, please get the likes up. Let's get the likes up as we are walking in the building. Get the likes up, my people. Get the likes up and share across all social media, people. Get us all over the place. Let people know who we are. Thank you so much. CJ is in the building. Big up yourself, man. Thank you so much for being here, people. Man. So many things to talk about. Big up yourself. Fuzzy, how you doing? If you're available, man, you know the deal. Shut me a holler. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So a lot of things have transpired this week, since we played the match last week and this week. We had the PFA Player of the Year of last season's ceremony, Isak statement, Bomba, Newcastle replying, a whole lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? Of course, in Arne Slot's last presser, we had a few injuries that I wouldn't say is concerning, but it is what it is. The game is all about injury is part of the game. Hopefully, it does not become a consistent thing that derail our season, but I'm not worried about it. Of course, the right back situation right now is where, it looks like we have a slight issue on, Frimpong had reason why the manager did sub him last week early because he was feeling something in his hamstring. Bradley just came back, so he's not full match fitness yet. And then Joey G, they say he can't train 3 days in a row. So already we knew about Joey. We knew that Bradley wasn't fully fit. But Frimpong, muscle issue. And as you can see, the way he plays with such a high pace. His muscle fibers twitches real quick. So international, we said what? Is the international break after Arsenal match? Yes, I believe so. Yes. Sure. Big up to all the people coming in. Please hit the like button so we can start this show. Other than that, I mean, I think everything is good to go, beside the right back position where all of a sudden it felt like everything fell apart. But other than that, I think the team is good to go. We play Newcastle on Monday, which is going to be a battle. Everybody seems to think that Liverpool is going to war and Newcastle is going to do this and Newcastle is going to do that. This is the thing, people. They need to win. Newcastle need to win. So if you're going to play a game and get a whole bunch of red cards, it's up to you. But we know what we're going to do. Liverpool's going there to win the match. And we need to win the match. We have Newcastle and Arsenal back to back. You come out with maximum points, everybody's now looking at you scared. Everybody start looking at you scared. We have a very tough beginning of the season, but eventually it tapers off. No match in the Premier League is easy. Some are easier than others. So the easier ones comes later, right? So as we start with the top games, if we can keep up getting maximum points, it's good. So by the time things get easier, you're still getting all your points. So it is what it is. We're not going to complain about that. Now, in terms of transfer rumors, This is why we started hearing yesterday. I don't think we should, honestly, I don't think we should spend too much time on this one, right? Rodrygo to Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool is still looking in for another attacker, even if Isak comes in. The left side, we're still missing one. I'm in the opinion that we should promote Young Rio. Give Young Rio a lot of game time. But other things that, we need to bring in somebody like Fofana and all those kind of things. So Rodrygo has always been in the peripheral. From what we're hearing, he has told Real Madrid that he wants to move. We've seen that he and, or should I say, Alonso don't see him as a part of his team moving forward. So, there's been a lot of conversation about what Rodrygo's future is going to be like. Arsenal has been a place where people have been talking about. I believe City is also one of them. I mean, Spurs at one point was talking about it. Chelsea, but I don't think Chelsea need another winger anymore. I mean, they need to offload a lot of players. So Liverpool has been the most concrete one. Apparently, over the week, his agent was in Liverpool. It was in London, or should I say, was in England, and was talking to Arsenal and Liverpool. Now, is it a deal that can go through? I can see that, but I am not going to put a lot of energy into that. I don't think it's going to be either or. I mean, listen to the manager. He said we are not going to be too busy towards the last, we have 9 days left. We will not be too busy going towards the end of the transfer window. What does that mean? Does it mean that we are done? Or does it mean that we also going to be selling players? Because at this point, there is Tsimikas, Elliott, that, and even Chiesa, that is not fully, it's not concrete on what Liverpool's going to do with those players. Are they going to be staying or are they going? Right? Chiesa, we know for sure that he is fighting tooth and nail to stay at Liverpool. Elliott, it doesn't. I mean, the manager say he wants to keep him, but if he keeps him, Elliott is not going to get any playing time. And from what we know, Elliott wants to go to the World Cup. He's trying to get more playing time. He's not going to play over, what's the name? Soboslai, Gravenberg, Wirtz, or McAllister. Then you have the case of, after them 3 or 4, you have Jones, CJ, and you have Endo. He is not playing over those guys. So then what do you do with him? Is he going to sit there and say, I'm going to fight for my position and just play the odd games? I don't think so. He is primed to start playing. He needs to consistent play. There is a lot of deficiency in his game, and that's the defensive side of his game. He does not have any defensive side of his game. So where will be best for him? Personally, I think he should go to Leipzig, right? Go to Leipzig, get more game time, diversify your game, like the buzzword that I always use. Diversify your game in Germany, and then possibly come back a year or two. Tsimikas, Robo, and Kerkers already got that left side locked. So there was some rumors about him going to Marseille. Marseille have come in and approached Liverpool in a possible deal. So we don't know whether that is going to transpire or not. But I think Tsimikas for sure is not staying. If anybody is going to stay at the end of the window, it's probably going to be Elliott. But Elliott staying is not good for him because he's not going to get enough playing time for him to keep doing what he did. He had a very good summer playing in that, is it under 21 tournament? Apparently, I don't say apparently, but he was player of the tournament, I believe. So he is ready. He is ready to go. So I don't see why he should be sitting there waiting, hoping to get more playing time from Liverpool, knowing that there's like 6 people ahead of him. You know what I mean? So in terms of him, I don't think he's going to be there. And of course, we also have promoted young Trey. Trey Nyoni has been promoted. So, Elliot, where are you going to play? You know, where are you going to play? Unless it comes up to the odd games of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Are you going to be sitting there just playing those games? I don't think so. Elliot is ready to go. CJ saying, I think we should get an attacker and go and get Alvarez next year if we don't get Isak. Well, the Alvarez thing, I think Alvarez wants to go to Barca. I mean, there's rumors that he's not happy with Simone right now. But I think if he becomes available, Barcelona will be one of the teams that's going to go really, really, really tough on him to get him to there. How they're going to do it, I don't know, because they could not get Nico Williams. But maybe next year they will have more money or sell more players. They still have an issue with their stadium that they're building. They don't have a home right now. I don't even know if they're going to use the same facilities they used last season. And remember, that facility is smaller than Nou Camp. So they're losing money and they're renting a facility. So that is like cost that they are accruing. That makes no sense. I thought the stadium, the new Nou Camp was supposed to be ready this year, and it's not. So what's going on out there, Barcelona? But in terms of Alvarez, I think he is primed to go to Barcelona. If Isak does not materialize, then maybe you could say Liverpool be in play. But I don't think that's the player that Arne Slot is looking for. Now, it could change based on how well, if that's the case, if Isak doesn't come to Liverpool. Now, it could change if Ekitike just balls out. Then you can say, okay, you could bring a player like Alvarez in to play around Ekitike. That's what I think. Now, Liverpool wants Isak true and true. And of course, we will talk about the Isak saga that is still continuing brewing, which at this point it's just boring right now. It's just boring right now. But yeah, back to Rodrygo. Rodrygo to Liverpool, I'll give it about 35%. I'll give it about 35%. It is a possibility. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but I can say it's a possibility. I think at best, if Rodrygo leaves Madrid, it's probably going to be on loan, because right now, is Madrid going to sanction a sale? And if they sanction a sale, how much is he going to worth? At least it's going to be north of 70 million, right? Now, which club is going to want to spend that kind of money right now? The only club that I can see spending that kind of money right now is Spurs. And that's because they got bullied. They got bodied. Their arm was not strong enough, so Arsenal snatched their chain. Or should I say Arsenal snatched their chain while they were trying to figure out what they were going to do. So he said, I don't mind if we get Isak. I didn't even expect us to try for him yet. Well, Isak has always been Liverpool's #1 target. So they were going to go in for him at all costs. The problem was Newcastle was not making up their mind, so it made everything more complicated. But we will talk about the Isak side. You hear that all these new things that is coming out about Isak right now. It looked like the Isak was not lying, right? Isak was not lying. So we shall see. We will discuss that part. But that saga is not completed. I think it's going to be more to it than, all of a sudden, he did talk about, so much. We'll talk about it. But the Rodrygo situation is just something that I feel like it's just going to be, it's going to be on the back burner till towards the end of the transfer window. Then we'll see. But like I said, I see it more as a loan. If it happens to be a purchase, he's a good player. I always said he's a good player. It's just I feel like he's not that player who he looks like a player who's just happy to be there. That's why Madrid, Alonso feels like I don't think you part of my program, right? Alonso like players who have that dog in them. Look at Verts, look at Frempor. Those type of players. That's the type of players Alonso like. Hard working. They don't just sit there just happy to be there. And I think with Rodrygo personality, he's more like he has the talent, he has the skill, he as good as any winger that you could possibly say in the world right now. But it seems like he's one of those that just happy to be he's happy to be where he's at. And Alonso want more than that. The question is, as good as he is, why hasn't a lot of big clubs gone after him? All we hear is, everybody's inquiring. Everybody's inquiring. City's inquiring because City might sell Savinho and they will go for Rodrygo. Arsenal still needs a left winger after all this money they've spent. They still need to spend more money. Don't ask me why. But now don't tell me Liverpool is buying the league. We don't want to hear that anymore. Don't tell me Liverpool's buying the league. So, I mean, Arsenal still looking. Why hasn't they gone after him? But they went after Eze with swiftness. Right after, what's the name, hurt, the injury of Kai became apparent. Right? Yeah, so Spurs. You are in the Champions League. You need a player like Rodrygo. Why are you waiting for? So that's the question that needs to be answered. Why are these big boys not going ham on Rodrygo, knowing who Rodrygo is? I mean, in the Twitter sphere, he is such an amazing player. But these big clubs, I don't see him like that. So what's going on? That's what I'm asking. What's going on? As a talent, he is. So that means people don't see him as what the fans sees him. Most of these clubs don't see Rodrygo as how the fans sees him. Because if a player like Rodrygo, rumors are that he is available, you would think a lot of these clubs will just chew each other's arms out and go bid. Madrid needs the money. Let's be honest. Madrid needs the money. So why haven't they gone? I mean, so with that, there's a lot of questions that people are asking, and I'm asking myself. Why haven't all these clubs gone after him? Liverpool, you sold Diaz, and it was made believe by the fans, not from Liverpool, by the fans, that Rodrygo is the perfect replacement for Diaz. And my question was, why didn't Bayern go for Rodrygo, but they went after Diaz? I'm not saying Rodrygo is not a good player. I'm just asking questions. Why haven't Rodrygo been, sought after like how Diaz? Look how swift Bayern came in. It wasn't as swift, but Bayern came in. We told them the price. They tried to lowball us, and deal was done. So I'm trying to figure out why is this Rodrygo character has not been chased after, whether it's from, especially from England, because England, the English teams have the money, right? The English teams have the money. As a matter of fact, Newcastle, the money that you wanted to bid for Sesko, that money can get Rodrygo right now. Now, we have to put into account his transfer fee is one thing. What are his wages? Because we know in Madrid, he was making quite a bit of money. I don't know. I think he's in the 200s, right? So what are his wages? Is it the wages reason why everybody is kind of like, yeah, maybe not now? That's why I'm thinking a loan move will probably be best, because you could negotiate with Madrid, said, we will pay a certain amount of his wages and then you pay the rest, right? People seems to rate him even higher because he's Brazilian and he plays for Real Madrid. But that's always been the case, CJ. Like everybody will rate somebody just because of where he's from and where club he's playing for. And a lot of times it comes out to be a big, big, big mistake. Right? And most time it's not even the club. It's not. I'm not talking about the clubs. I'm talking about the fan base. Or just because he's from Brazil and he plays for Real Madrid, so let's boom boom. Nah. Big up to Anfield Irishman. He is in the building, brother. If you're available, join me. Let me know. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, man. So the whole Brazil thing has always been a situation that if you are Brazil and you play for Barca or you play for Real Madrid, that means you're good. Nah, usually it doesn't happen like that. And a lot of times these players, they play very well when they are over there, but then when they come to England, they realize how crazy that league is. And then all of a sudden, it's not the same anymore. I mean, Ozil came to Arsenal, I would say maybe a year and a half, balled out. After that, it just bottom fell out. All right, we've seen a lot of players coming from other leagues and they can't make it, especially after they played for Real Madrid or Barcelona. It seems like after that, their form just drops like hard rock. So that's why I say the best way to do it is do what like Arsenal did with Odegaard. Give him a loan. Let him have a good year. And then you could negotiate. Say, okay, we will purchase you outright. Usually players coming straight up, okay, World Cup season, so maybe they will ball out for 1 year. So end up being the same. But a lot of times these players who came from Madrid and Barca, they don't play to the higher standard. Yaya Toure did, but Yaya was trying to prove a point. Yaya, when he left Barca, he came to City and then, probably one of the best midfielders the EPL has ever seen. So for you guys, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want Rodrygo at Liverpool? Personally, I said I'm 35% right now. In the middle of the summer, I was campaigning, say, you know what, let's get him. Let's bring him in because, he helps. He could deputize when Salah goes to AFCON. He and Gakpo on the left. And I was intrigued. But the more it goes, the more I realize that, I don't know whether I'm not interested anymore or is it just the player is not. I mean, preseason, he didn't do that well. In preseason, I didn't see it that he played that well. And, I mean, the season started for them and they didn't even give him any playing time. I mean, that's politics, of course, but what was going on there? What's going on there? Why is he being ostracized so bad? Alonso, what is Alonso seeing that he's like, yeah, you not? I mean, let's be honest. Rodrygo is part of the Champions League winning team a couple years ago. He played a major part. So why all of a sudden he is not part of the future? And he's young. They brought him in because of his age and how well he plays. You know what I mean? So it's very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting with the Rodrygo situation. Yes, people, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. People. Thank you. 231 people from both sides of the platform, X and YouTube. Now, there's a news brewing, and it has to do with Forest. It seems like the owner and Nuno, things are going really, really bad real fast. What's going on there? Forest is playing with fire. I'm just going to say Forest is playing with fire. This owner is too involved. He's too involved with what's going on with the club. You don't know anything about football. Just hire the best people and let them do the work for you. But this brother here, always up in the videos, taking pictures, talking to players. I don't know whether he's trying to be the next Abraham, but even Abramovich never did that. He was friends with the players, but he never showed it in the camera. Behind the scenes, yes. But this guy is like coming up on the field, like shaking hands, hugging people. Brother, you are the owner. Sit back. Walking around like he's a big-time gangster. He probably is, but why the fight with Nuno? With Nuno? Nuno saying that our relationship has changed and it's not good. Nuno leaves, they are in trouble. Because the players that they acquire apparently has to do with some of the players that they buy. But most of the players that they have is based on his philosophy. You bring in a new manager, he's going to change the way they play, and usually it doesn't work. He has brought you guys, almost got you guys into the Champions League. You are in the Europa League. You probably will be a big-time competitor for the rest of the Europe, especially since the Champions League teams are not going to drop in. So Forest is one, I would say top 15 of those competitors. That's interesting. But we move on. Let's, of course, talk about the Isak saga, right? The Isak saga is still brewing on. Interesting thing is, all this time, there was a conversation that Isak said, I will not want to be here anymore. So all this time, when he wrote his statement and he said promises was made, he wasn't lying. Now, you could say he could have told them, say, hey, I don't want to be here. And they could have said, we understand, but we don't want to sell you. Right? They could have said that. But right now, for Eddie Howe to come out and say, yeah, we had a conversation last season about his future. That could have been, oh my God, amateur hour. Eddie Howe is now starting to look foolish. I'm sorry, Eddie Howe is starting to look foolish right now. The fact that he is upset because of he feels like you broke some promises, and the fact that you allow these media to demonize him, and then now all of a sudden you want to say, oh, well, if he wants to come back, we will welcome him back. It's depending on how he plays. The fans will always love him because it depends. No. Brother, in the beginning, you started off well. And then it came a point where all of a sudden you turn your back on him. And for people who have been on the show so many times, what did I say about when it came to the barbecue, even though it was silly or it's funny or whatever, when they did not invite him for the barbecue, I said it was the biggest mistake. First of all, Newcastle made a mistake by trying to demonize him and thinking, oh, we will turn the fans against you, and then you will come back, crawling back, begging to be part of the squad. That was a mistake. When Isak said, I want to leave, what Newcastle should have kept on doing was say, we want him to stay. Don't let nobody write anything bad about it. And you tell all the press from Newcastle, if any one of you guys write something bad about you, you done. Alex Ferguson did it. You know what I mean? Big up, Red Bird. Big up, big up. Good to see you, brethren. Thank you for coming through. Lupe said he has to say that as a manager. No. As a manager, and we have been made to believe that Eddie Howe is a manager of integrity. He's not one of those managers that, straight shooter and just say how he feels and no filter or whatever. He says the truth. In the beginning, Eddie Howe, through many words, was very honest about what's going on. He's not happy. He said it what it was, generically, right? But then at one point, he turned. I don't know whether it maybe came from the top where the owners was like, no, whatever. But right now, he's turning again, talking about, yes, there was a conversation. But you guys sent a press release after Isaac's Instagram statement that nothing was ever talked about. Nobody ever told anything. Remember that statement. Lupe, remember that statement, right? So what's up? All of a sudden now the manager is going on saying, yeah, there was a conversation. And the funny thing is, Newcastle fans who are trying so hard and say, yeah, trying so hard to make it seem like, oh, well, it doesn't matter whether there was. No. Isaac's point was, I let you guys know way in advance I don't want to be here. That's what his whole point is. Now, the promises could be, and we already know that there's been some directors who promised him something. A new director came in and said no. Right? That one has already been said. Somebody told him, yes, we're going to give you a raise. Another person came in and said, no, we're not going to give you a raise. So that's also another promise. Regardless of who promised him, that's the person who promised him was an officer of the club. If somebody comes in and says, no, the club has lied to him, whether the club have money or not, or whether it's the right thing to do or not, if I ask my manager money and the manager says, yes, I'll give you the money, he's representing the company that I'm working for. If that manager gets fired, it's already been sent, Anfield. I already sent it to your ex, right? If that manager promised me, and if that manager get fired, that promise is made by the company. When you work for a company, you are a full representative of the company. Okay, let me send it again. Oops. Oh, yeah, it didn't come through. There we go. See, some of either have short or elective memories. That's true. A lot of people think that I told you guys you're gonna start seeing stories changing and this and that. Isak has always stuck out to his point. I told you guys in advance. You guys promised me. First of all, they promised him money. They promised him new players to help build this project because he wanted to stay. He wanted to stay. That's the mistake Newcastle made in the first place. When a superstar like that said, I want to stay, you sign him up. This director, whoever came up, that's the director Newcastle fans need to be questioning. Why did you show up and tell this guy no? But Isak is the bad guy. And two, you have not been able to bring anybody to help out with the project. You guys are thinking that, oh, we got money, we can do this. No. Just the same way we are saying big up to Irishman. Thank you so much for being in the building. You came in on the right time, man. I was just about to go ham. So this Isak thing, right? Today we found out that there was a conversation. So if there was a conversation, Irishman, me and my conspiracy theories. If there was conversation, was there a promise? Because Newcastle made it seem like there was no such conversation. But right now, the manager comes out and said there was a conversation. So, was there a promise?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Sorry. Yeah, I think they definitely made him. Then, you get the people say, "Oh, handshake deals aren't worth the paper they're written on," blah blah blah, all that. But I mean, oftentimes, if you sit down, like you said, if you sit down with your boss and you've been there for a year, right, and you say, have a meeting, you say, "Look, I've been here a year. I've outperformed my targets, or I've whatever job you're in, I've outperformed my things. I think I should have a new contract. I think." And your manager says, "Yeah, hang on a second." He goes and talks to his boss, and he comes back and goes, "Yeah, we were in agreement. We both agree you deserve a new deal. So we'll sit down next week." That first bit has to, like, those conversations don't start at Quasi come in here for a second. There's a new contract.
Exactly.
There's always an agreement in advance.
Yeah. Irishman, real quick. Irish, real quick. Carl, where should I send the link? And thank you, Carl. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. Please, let me know where I should send you the link, and I'll send you the link. Okay. Sorry about that. This guy said they promised him Banku. Banku is a local dish from Ghana.
Okay. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here saying everybody, should say, "Oh, it's a promise. You have to keep the promise." And it's like I said, then you come back into work next week and you go,
"Yeah,
well, right, we were going to have, when are we going to have that meeting about my new contract?" And the guy goes, "New manager in charge, mate. He doesn't think you deserve a new deal, so you're on what you are for another year." I mean, it's not a technical thing, it's not a legal thing, but there will have been definitely a conversation, and they will have told him, "Yeah, we'll get a meeting with your agent. We'll get together, and definitely we'll up your money, or we'll do whatever they do." And I think that was made with Stavely. She was the one. Paul Mitchell comes in, says, "No, that's not happening." Now Paul Mitchell is gone. So the whole thing is just, it says to other players, these guys don't keep their promises.
I mean, you are right. But the question is, if Paul Mitchell signs a player and Paul Mitchell get fired, does the player leave or the player stays?
Exactly,
So Paul Mitchell is a representative of the club, right? So why are people acting? I mean, this thing has been an amateur hour from I don't know where. What? Why? Oh, Isak thing was, give me money. I want to stay. I believe in the project. Cool. We will do that. Also, please, just like Salah did, hey, I'm not staying here if you don't bring some people to make us better. Cool. We will do that. He's happy. He realized that you guys are not doing that. The new person shows up and say, "You know what? Why are we giving you more money? Come on, you here till whatever. You just wait." They started prioritizing other things. And the stuff that they prioritize, I guarantee you, if they prioritize bringing in good players, he would have probably said, "You know what? Let me see what they're doing." Eventually, I will also go knock on the door and say, "Okay, I'm here. What's up? Remember the money?" Because now, guess what? You bringing players in. But one, you did not do anything that you said you were going to do. You didn't bring players for him to say, "You know what? I can stay." No, they just started waffling around, and he said, "Nah, I don't want to be here anymore." Now you're talking about me and Alex had a conversation towards the end of the season. So the conversation was, that's what everybody was saying. Was there a conversation? If Eddie Howe had come out in the beginning and said, yes, there was a conversation, trust me, things will not be as nasty. Things will still be nasty because he wants to leave. But that's where I think Isak is also coming from, saying promises have been broken. Because the conversation that he and Eddie Howe had, like you saying, is very intimate. So he believes that, yo, so what's up? And now you sitting back, you don't invite me to the barbecue, you making me look like a bad person, and you want me to come play for you? Oh, hell no. No. And I was talking about a couple, some time ago, I was making a tongue in cheek said, I know my Ethiopian brothers. I know he's Eritrean, but Ethiopians and Eritrean used to be one people until they split. Them people, when you give them your word, they hold it as gospel. And I know
And
it's not. Go ahead, please.
well, just to what you were going back to, because like it wasn't just money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was what you were saying. Like they had made him promises about adding to the squad,
Yeah.
and well, I don't know how much infrastructure, but it wasn't just that he was promised money. He was like you said, like with Salah, like
Yeah.
they would have made assurances to him
Mm-hmm.
that they were going to improve the squad, and that hasn't happened either. And
Yeah.
it's not just oh, I was promised double my money, and that's what pissed off. He conceded the club is kind of going backwards.
Mm-hmm. And they're not doing anything. You
He
can't
doesn't
be
want to be in a backwards traveling club. He wants to be in a forwards traveling club.
exactly. And then also, somebody, I think there's a news, there's a agent, a Juno who's going around saying they knew about it. That's why they went after those strikers in the beginning of the summer. Right? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I would agree with it. I just think their lack of synergy and streamlining at that club to allow them to get deals over the line when you're competing with other teams to sign players. I think their mechanism is clunky. They can't get deals done quickly. They can't convince players. They don't really seem to be able to, unless it's just go and throw 55 million at Forest for a Langit. That's easy.
Right.
I could get that deal over the line. Me and you with 5 points in us could get that deal over the line.
Immediately.
It's just ring Forest. Do you want 55 million? Cool. Does he want to join Newcastle? Yeah, cool. Simple deal to get done. They got the other guy, Malik Tiao, whatever it is.
From AC Milan, right?
Yeah, and like late doors, they got some like Ramsey, like those two guys. I think Isak is looking at that and going, "Whoa, these boys are on. These guys are cooking something up here." It's just some semi-decent squad additions. It's just decent upgrades. Ramsey's a good player, but like, can they just? I don't know. Look, even Newcastle fans should be able to look at this for what it is and go, put yourself in Isak's shoes. He's not a Geordie. He's not even English. So why do you think he has this undying love for your club? I mean, they bought players from other clubs.
Yeah, and I know that the hypocrisy is that called?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, good to see you, man. Finally, we are connected.
Yes.
Thank you for joining the show, man. I appreciate the love you're giving me, man. The super chat, man. Thank you so much.
Man. No worries. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Gotta find a way to get a drink. Gotta contribute to that.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Morning. I'm guessing it's afternoon for you, Brian. Morning, afternoon.
Mid-afternoon, yeah.
Mid-afternoon. All right. How you guys? How you gentlemen doing?
Good.
All is well, man. All is well. Thank you so much for joining us. What's his name? Abuli Safa said, fake news all over Isak. Please, we need the correct answers and news about Isak's transfer. You are in the right place, brother. I know. He said Newcastle are ready to meet Jackson's conditions, are in advanced talks with Chelsea. Yes, sir. It's a big up. He said, having my coffee, but I don't believe Jackson stuff. Big up to TD. But this is the thing, though. And Carl, we were talking about now development there was conversations. Right?
To me, even when a Newcastle put out that statement, I don't think they ever denied that Isak was lying. I think that what they were trying to say is that they were trying to stay in a powerful position because the player has now, with Isak's statement, he has now decreased his value, and I think that I think Newcastle had to put out a statement, in a forceful statement, quote unquote forceful statement, to say, oh no, we're perfectly happy with him staying here. Like we're not that interested in selling him unless conditions are being met. And this is the funny part, is that Newcastle has, for me, I don't know if I haven't been following 100%, but I've been following. I don't think Newcastle has ever spoke to those conditions.
No.
Everybody's are the ones speculating around the 150 mil. It was 200 mil. It was, we need players, we need strikers, we need 2 strikers, we need at least 1 striker. So everything has been speculation around them, what they think the conditions are. So to me, I'm like, I'm very tired of this whole thing, because I think it's been a drama for no reason. Every player gets sold before their contract is ending. Whether that's 3 years, whether that's 5 years into the contract. If anybody comes with the right amount of money and the player is interested in making that move, you are being sold. The only time a player is not being sold and they have time in their contract is when they're not that interested in joining your club, and the club that they belong to, they don't really care if he goes or don't. And then if you accept to go, they'll sell him.
Right.
I don't understand this dramatic situation of, oh, he has 3 years in his contract. He can't do this to us. We built him up. We bro. What is this?
No, but the funny thing is, Newcastle allowed this to get nasty. It became toxic because Newcastle were not able to handle. They've never been in a situations like this, right? They've never been in situations like, they think they're a big club, but you haven't managed a superstar like this.
No, they've been in this situation like this, but they've always been a receptive to always sell their top talent, because they never thought they at a point they were not part of they didn't have the ambition to become a top 4, top 6 club. They didn't have that ambition. That ambition was not there. It wasn't there. Now they have the ambition. They just don't know how to execute. I don't think they know how to execute it.
And that's what my point is.
And then also the way they thought they could execute it is no longer there, by spending money.
Yeah, but they don't have the money. They have money, but they don't have PSR money, and they don't have a structure. If you have a structure, this thing is done. Now, Irishman, rumors are going around that they are going hard on Nico Jackson, or Nico Jackson might go to Aston Villa because his former manager is Emery when they were at Villarreal. We know that they wanted Watkins. So there is some noise going around that, and also the manager also said today that it's gonna be fixed really quick. We don't know what quick means. What is gonna be fixed? Is he coming back to the fold, or they're gonna get a couple of strikers and then, hey, bye, right? So I don't know if you listened to Eddie Howe's press. I was reading a bit of it, and he said it's gonna be fixed really fast today. So, but the thing is, this thing should have never been nasty. If they would have told Isak, listen, we're going to try to get your replacement. Bear with us.
It might take time.
It might take time, right? Bear with us.
It might be the end of the transfer.
This thing would have never been this toxic.
Yeah.
And just like you said, they've never managed. They thought that just because, we got ambitions don't mean nothing. It just works. You see what I'm saying? There's levels to this. You have to know how to properly manage this. Trying to make him feel like he's just what's the word? He's just an asset that you could manipulate however you want. Those days are over. These days, these players have power. back in the day, it was in the back of a newspaper, so you won't hear about this. And Stan Collymore coming around talking all that nonsense, he forgot that he did the same thing to engineer a move, I think, from Forest to Liverpool. Like all these ex-players being hypocrites about all this stuff.
Yeah,
So,
man. Yeah, newfound respect for what's his name?
Michael Owen?
Michael Owen. I don't know if you remember, Brian. You asked me who was some of my favorite player, and I said Michael Owen, even though he was a little bit of a traitor, but we just love how he played. But hey, that's another discussion.
Yeah. So, Irishman, my question is: looking through these, all of a sudden, Eddie Howe saying it's going to be fixed quickly. In your mind, what is there to be fixed if they felt like there was nothing there to be fixed in the first place?
Yeah, what is Abdul saying, bro?
I don't know. Abdul is.
Why would he be there, bro? Are you a troll or are you?
I think he's just trolling.
Yeah. Okay, he's there. Okay, what does that matter to me, man? He's there. So what? He's there.
I don't know what he said. We should tell him something.
Play? No, he's not playing. I'm sorry, Brian, but that comment is just it's like I'm trying to figure it out. What does that mean? He's gonna be there. He's not playing.
Let's make it simple for him. He's a Newcastle player, and he's not gonna play. Okay, Irishman, please continue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy said he ain't playing. Do I know what's going to... it's sort of like there's two people in a room are having an argument and you're walking past every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're just hearing bits and pieces. You don't really know what's good, but you're just hearing, well, you said this and well, you said that. And then you come back and then 10 minutes later, you're in another bit and it's contradicting what you heard before. They're just talking so much. It's I don't think they have ever really been in a scenario like this before. They've lost players before. Of course, they've lost players before. This ownership group hasn't, not with a bid this size for a player. Like, I'm trying to think the last time they lost a player that was this big. They're not handling it very well. Everybody knows that. If they could keep this guy, they could actually keep this bloody guy. That's how stupid they are. I think that's how stupid Newcastle are. They could actually say, no, we're going to be tough guys and keep him. And nobody's going to win doing that. Nobody is going to win. They're trying to buy Jackson. They're ready to buy him. They're in negotiations with Chelsea. They're waiting on Wissa. Now, then you have the other way. Okay, does he mean quickly? Is he just talking backwards and saying, we plan to have a couple of guys, they'll be signed pretty quickly, and when they come in, then this will be moved on?
Yeah.
Because the idea that Isak will just say, oh, well, look, I gave it a crack. I tried to get out. Didn't work. I'll be back in training on Wednesday morning after the Champions League or after the window closes. None of that works for anybody.
Right.
There's nobody with a brain at that club that will be thinking, no, this will be nice now. We'll look, let him have his little tantrum, let him get angry there in the corner. But when the window closes, he'll settle down. He'll be all right. He'll come back. He'll score a couple of goals and it all will be good again. Absolute dreamland. They're just living in dreamland. So let's just give them their money, pay for Vissa and Jackson for them, basically. Give them the money to buy Jackson and Vissa. Yeah, probably cover most of the fee for both of them.
No, I agree.
They want answers today. They want answers today, apparently.
Who?
From
Chelsea?
From Wissa. No, Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Today. Imagine that. Newcastle out there making demands
what
on every team.
What kind of answer are they waiting for, Brian? The dude left training camp. He hasn't played in he's probably not playing this weekend. So how much answer do they need?
He's not playing Monday.
He's not
playing. He said he's not going to play Monday.
Are you talking about Wissa or Isak? We
all
know
Newcastle is saying they want answers today on their transfer targets.
Oh, okay.
Newcastle is saying they want answers. So Newcastle are out there making demands of other clubs. So
the nerve, man. The nerve. No, I mean, Go ahead, Carl.
Right. It's just like to that comment Jared said, the news is farming engagement. Do you just mean engagement? I think a lot of, I don't know how young you are. You don't need to put another word, another adjective, or another word to try to say the same thing. I mean, I don't understand what you mean by farming engagement. It's just engagement. All right, just talk about engagement. And then to your point, Quasi, man, in Irish, it's just that you already know for at least almost a month ago that Wissa wants to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
What is there to talk about and think about? What is there to be asking the player if he really wants to come? Like, I'm sure he will take almost any wages at your club as long as it's more than what he's getting, or even as much as he's getting at Brentford.
Yeah,
he will come. Just put a bid that Brentford will accept.
See,
it is that simple. It is that simple. Especially at the end of the transfer window, it's all about meeting the club's expectation in valuation. I'm sure you can negotiate, but the room for negotiation is not as big because the window is about to close and they're trying to get as much money as possible.
And guess what they did? They lowball. Even at the beginning, they say it was 40 million, right?
Yeah.
They gave him 25. They bid 25 plus add-ons. Brentford was like, oh, so you think we're stupid? That's why the price went from 40 to 60.
There you go.
Because then it's like, are you kidding us? It was 40 million. If you have showed up with 30 plus add-ons or 35 plus add-ons, you have the player. And like you said, and you know what, Carl, a lot of people are making fun of Spurs, but they're not saying the same thing about Newcastle, about the same thing Wissa. Wissa has, ever since Mbeumo left, he said, I want to leave.
Yeah.
And Newcastle's been sitting there just watching.
Yeah. The moment he start hearing Isak might be leaving, Isak is thinking about leaving Liverpool, he's like, yo, get me to Newcastle. Get that deal done to Newcastle.
That is a point a lot of people are not talking about. You know that Wissa wanted to come. He's been protesting exactly the same thing Isak has been doing, and you still sitting there talking about and then you put a bid in and then you lowball them. Irishman, what do you think of? I didn't even think about that. They lowballed them over the couple days ago, and they said, you know what? Screw you. We're not paying, for 60 million now.
Well, he's 1 year left on his contract. No, like, the dude is 28 years old. He's got 1 year left on his contract. And the most important thing is he's Johan Wissa. He's not Robert Lewandowski. He had a top season last year, but I mean, that's it. That's his best ever work, So as much as I think they should just go out and get the deal done, I wouldn't pay more than 35 million quid for Wissa. That's what I'd value him at. 28 years old.
How much did you say average? 35?
35 for a 28-year-old who's bang average, by the way, who has 1 year left on his contract. You're going to have no resale value. That's, if I was a sporting director, I wouldn't give you a penny more. To be honest, I wouldn't even be interested in buying the guy. So for 60 million for a guy with one season, really good season under his belt, and he only has 1 year left on his contract, I can understand why they don't want to pay it. They should just go and get the player. They should just eat it because it's their own fault
for waiting.
That they're in this scenario now. But I can fully understand. If you said to me, how much would you value a 28-year-old with 1 year left on his contract, who isn't really that good? It isn't 60. It's not 60 million. I can tell you that much. So
no, I think the 60 million is an overreaction of how, one, you wasted our time. You talking about unsettling a player. You've been talking about Liverpool unsettle your player, and you doing the same thing to us. And just because now you got more money than us, now you're gonna treat us worse than what Liverpool is treating you. You wanted this player since what? Since July. You could have brought in 30 million and the conversation would have started right there. You see what I mean? You could have brought 30 million and they would be like, hey, thank you. Bye. Maybe 35, 30 million plus add-ons. It gets closer to the 40, right?
I mean, like Loopy's saying it there. If I was them, I'd rather sign Strand Larson. Or I'd be trying to be honest, I wouldn't be signing Wissa from Brentford. I'd be signing Kevin Shada from Brentford.
Didn't they bid short for that, supposedly? They bid short for Strand Larson?
Yeah,
rumors are they're looking at Strassen, but nothing has gone forward. The thing is, they're trying everybody. At this point, they're going after Nico, they're going after Watkins, they're going after Larson, they're going after Wissa.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people, they have no clue what they're doing. And they're waiting till the last week of the transfer window to take care of this.
Yeah. To me, they were trying. They never like. I'm not gonna talk about Eddie Howe here because he has taken away accountability. I don't know how, but he's found a way to take accountability and responsibility away from him. So he's basically blame higher ups. He's like, yo, I'm not privy to all conversation. And then he's also said, yeah, me and Isak, we had conversation. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take you at your word, right? It seems like management did not want to sell him. I don't know why. I don't know why. Usually the money guy are always thinking, what can they do with the money? So I don't understand. I don't understand it. But okay, cool. Maybe because they're owned by Saudis, money is not an objection for them. But to me, what that tells me is that there has not been a sufficient enough communication between all three parties at that club. And I'm talking about Isak, management, and Eddie Howe. None of these people have ever sat in a room together and decided or listened to Isak or Isak listening to them about their wants and needs. And I think that Isak has been talking to this guy has been talking to Isak, this guy has been talking to Howe. Everybody's working in silos. No one is talking to each other. And then they are in the same building.
No, I mean, Carl, this is the thing. Isak made it clear. Isak made it clear a long time ago.
He's leaving.
Actually, he didn't say he wanted to leave. He said, I want to stay, give me a new contract. Of course, new contract, new money. Right? I believe in this project. They said yes. The person who said yes moved on. The new person comes in and said, be quiet, do as you are told. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, of course. And then he sits back and said, oh, okay, if that's the case, then I want to leave. He stayed there to look at and see if they will bring those players. Because I was telling Irishman, if they have brought in those players, his mindset would be like, okay, let me sit down and wait. Let me give them a year. After the World Cup, let's see where we're going with this. He takes them to the Champions League. They win the Carabao Cup. And then still, they're telling him, be quiet, tell us you told. So he tells them, hey, I want to leave. And then they acting like, oh, no, that never happened. We never had any type of conversation. And yes, wasn't it realism? I agree. Newcastle never said anything bad about Isak. Liverpool never said anything bad about anybody. But what I believe Newcastle should have done to coil all those negativity press that came from the outside noise was, we are trying to have a resolution with Isak. We want him to stay. Just keep it positive. Eddie Howe, come out and say, yes, there was a conversation, but still, I want this player. He's part of Newcastle. The fans love him. We want him here, and you keep it positive. So guess what happens? It puts the light on who? Isak. Hey, listen, they want you here. They want you to stay. They're trying to get things done. Yeah. Stay. Yeah. And then, if you do that, guess what? Newcastle have done theirs. Liverpool, we will call you if anything changes. Right? They did not. The bad press came in. What did they do? They stay silent.
Yeah.
That's what Newcastle did wrong. Eddie Howe, what did the mistake?
They use backdoor to
Exactly.
to spur his name, or and saying he putting it out there. Oh, I don't have a real injury.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number 3, they barbecue. I keep telling people how this barbecue is silly, but it's not silly. When you said you cannot be part of the barbecue,
Oh, I forgot all about that. It was over. It was over.
it was done.
It was all over. It was all
Right?
over. Yeah, it was all over.
When the
You don't
rumors
think
were
there
go ahead,
there would have
Irishman.
been a nice release clause in that new contract as well? You know, that new contract he was asking
Yeah.
for. I think there would have been a release clause in that.
Mhm.
I think that might have been an issue. I don't know. But they had no clause, so his agent had already locked him into a 6-year deal.
Mhm.
You know,
No.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have wanted to put in, say, a £90 million release clause.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's the new standard for contract now, 6-year deal. So
Mhm.
I can't really fault him for getting a 6-year deal, because I think that's how teams wants to do their amortization now. Because remember, it used to be 4 years.
No, not fault. I mean, Isak should never have signed a 6-year contract with no
Yeah.
release clause.
Yeah,
That's
but
stupid.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Irish. I agree with you. But I think that's the standard now. That's a standard contract. So
It's fine.
it has become standard. Even if you don't want to sign it, you have to sign it, because that if not, you're not getting your move. And in term of not getting your move, and the only reason you're not going to sign it is because it's 1 extra year or 2 extra years. It's not that that big of a deal, especially when you are able to tell clubs, hey, it's time for me to move on. Like,
Well, I mean, he's been shown that you can't. There is no verbal release clause now. I mean,
well,
that's
I
the
mean,
thing. If you're, yeah, but look, I know what you're saying. That's the norm.
yeah.
Every contract is, Carl. Every contract is different. We all know that.
Yeah.
They're based. But if you're a player like him, going to a club like Newcastle,
Mhm.
I think it would be prudent to put a release clause in that contract, or to try to get a release clause at the very least, because you got to be looking at the agent. That's poor work from the agent, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Just sign a
Well,
5-year deal, a 6-year deal. But if you can get a release, if you can't get one, you can't get one.
okay, I'll let you. I feel like clubs do not like release clause.
No, they don't. Look,
They
They
don't.
don't
Carl,
like release clause
Carl, in
because
Spain,
yeah.
Carl, in Spain, release clauses are legal. Every contract must contain a release clause. That's
Mhm.
employment law in Spain. In
Okay.
France, they're illegal. It's illegal to put a release clause in a footballer's contract in France.
Okay.
Spain, it's legal. France, it's illegal. So everyone looks in England, they're not traditional.
Mhm.
Release clauses are not normally the done thing in English football. No, absolutely not. There's more of it coming in a little bit now, but that's what I'm saying. Just in certain, like the right agent should be looking at this guy, thinking if he kicks off, if he really does well at Newcastle,
Mhm.
Barcelona and Madrid are going to be coming for him. So if at all you can, like if you get a young player coming in from blah 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 and he wants a 6-year deal, yeah, he's not going to care about release clause. He's got a 6-year contract securing his future. But
Yeah.
just some of these players, they just need to look at it like, I mean, Harry Kane, for God's sake, his brother had him signed up nearly to Tottenham for life almost.
Mhm.
Look what it took to get
The money
him
was
out of
good.
Tottenham. It
The
took
money was
years to
good.
get out.
The money was
Yeah.
good. Security, man.
Yeah,
Players.
no, that all goes without saying. But Carl, that all goes without saying. But what I'm saying is, it's certain players, the
Mhm.
elite type of players. If you lock yourself into a deal like that, you get your money somewhere else. If you're
Yeah.
Harry Kane, you're getting your money.
Yeah, Harry
It's
Kane.
not only
That
Tottenham
yeah.
that are going to pay your money.
Yeah.
You
Th-
lock yourself into one, like those guys. They should be a little bit clever. Now, that's why I think they may have realized their mistake and probably said, "Look, I want a new contract, but yeah, oh, wages, whatever, but we want a 90 million release clause or 100 million release clause."
Mhm.
So it's just something I was. Look, I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but I think he's regretting that and maybe they would refuse to put one in. Like I said,
Mhm.
it's not mandatory, but
Yeah, like, look, yeah, maybe that was that was an omission by the agent, but I don't think that even maybe we don't even know. Maybe the agent did ask for
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they did.
and then they didn't agree to it because both parties got to agree to, yes, we'll put a release clause into the amount. Maybe they couldn't
Oh
get
yeah,
to
but
it.
definitely.
And
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying it's they may realize a mistake and wanting to get one in now and just say
yeah.
to avoid this, to
Mhm.
avoid a scenario like this, you know,
Mhm.
as much as anything else, and not some cheeky little 70 million release clause. But look, I'm getting really tired of this bloody Newcastle. Really, really tired.
Yeah,
Only 9 days more.
Irish, I want
Only
to ask
another
you,
9 days. Yeah.
Only 9 days left.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question. It's if he stays at Newcastle, this is going to be the whole thing until Christmas. I guarantee you, man.
No, he's not playing. I promise you, he's not playing.
No, forget about playing. I'm saying the storyline of is where is he going now? Because now more teams gonna be involved in this now. More teams gonna be involved.
I think, see, this is the thing with Isak and Liverpool. Liverpool has been loyal. Yeah, Kenel Zuberi is out here. You know, when he comes to Liverpool, you better disappear from planet Earth because everybody's coming after you. He's trying to take me to court. The thing that is, I think Isak wants Liverpool. Unless Liverpool waver, he's not going anywhere. And like again, and I'm trying to tell people, you have to look at the cultural things of a person also. A lot of times people think just the business. I'm Carl.
Yeah.
You've been around Ethiopians and Eritreans before?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to high school with them. I have
how do they behave?
Yeah.
How do they behave?
Ooh, they're a little bit of wild bunch, but they are very, very humble and very very
loyal.
to the word, very to the word.
Exactly.
Very to the world, man. They don't deviate from
whatever
what
they say they're gonna do. That's
they're
exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
So the part where Liverpool showed that they will come after him by not signing anybody else except Ekitike, by bidding 100 million cash.
110.
110, right? By January, if Liverpool is still showing the same thing, I don't care if Real Madrid shows up. He's going to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Unless Real Madrid comes with some ridiculous amount of money where his agent will be like, brother, Real Madrid plus the money, you can't, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, he is going to Liverpool. Unless Liverpool shows him that, hey, you know what? We are not going to do this again. Yeah. Right? Then he will say, okay, I'm moving on.
Yeah. If it's happening in January in the summer, this deal is happening in a day. Especially us. We don't like wasting time, bro.
Right.
We do not like wasting times and going back and forth with you. It's like, is he really for sale? Like, I think I'm very surprised that it's been almost a month and a half, and like we got Ekitike around this time, a little bit around this time. Maybe it might be 2 or 3 days short because he played the first game on July 31st in Yokoyama against Yokoyama. So that means that, and then he arrived around Thursday. So it's been a month. It's been a month. If we're not that interested, we would have moved on already. We would have moved on almost 2 weeks ago. Because 2 weeks ago, we were short of strikers and wingers. So if we were not serious about him becoming a Liverpool player, we moved on a long time ago. We moved on a long time ago. And I think that because of that, if it doesn't happen this window, the next window, if we're going to negotiate with Newcastle, it's got to be something less than 48 hours.
People, I have the kennel in the building.
Oh, man.
The anti-Isak to LFC brigade, leader of the anti-Isak to Liverpool brigade.
Zubi, I have a question for you. One second. When you were a child, how many times they made fun of you by saying Zubi dooby doo? Where are you? Have they ever made that joke to you as a child, man?
You are mute.
You're on mute, my brother. You're on mute, my brother.
Yeah, we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. You're on mute. Why are you scared to speak up, man? What happens, Kennel?
It's the job, man. It's the job, man. The feds are watching. You're gonna have to come back again, brother. It's one of those. Oh, okay.
Say that again. Nah, you on mute still. While the Kennel is fixing his nope. Nah.
It's that vape, man. There you go.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we hear you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, it's my headphones. I think
your car's on fire.
Yeah, well, your car's on fire, man.
Car's on fire.
No. I'm just hot, man. I'm just hot. Come on, man. You know I'm hot, not sexy out here. It's the right side Bluetooth. I think the mic is messed up on that.
Okay.
But to your question, I don't know your name, so I want to address you properly.
Man, come on, it's been so many times, my brother, man.
Nah, Carl, you're in the dark, man. I know the south ain't that dark right now. But so no, Carl, Zubiri Mafabi is my royalty name. So no one will play with it like that. No, I'm serious. I'm Jamaican. No, I'm Jamaican. So like I have a different name, obviously. Like I think my name is like Irish. Yeah, my full name is like Irish, except my middle name. And then my Jamaican name is Zubiri Mafabi. Like my dad is like a Maroon chief. So no, I've never been disrespected in my entire life until I came to America. Nobody plays with me like that. But no, it's fine. It's all jokes.
I understand you. I went to
people will clown my Irish name, and it's all fun and jokes, and yeah, we'll laugh about it.
What Irish name is this?
I mean, I'm not gonna give you my government, but my nickname is Uddy, like OD. It's like Uddy, really, but we don't say it that way. So Jamaicans say Uddy. So they'll be like, yo, Uddy buddy, you know what I mean? Because buddy is, you know what I mean, the male appendage, you know what I'm saying? Like Jamaicans, you can't call Jamaicans buddy. Like, nah, we don't play that. Yeah, because it's a Jamaican word for, you know what I mean? The male part. So yeah, they'll clown that, but no one plays with the Zubiri, man. The Zubiri is said in respect. YouTube people call me Zoobs, and it's whatever, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But no one does that. Quasi, no, I'm not the anti-Isak guy.
I know my Jamaican brethren, they are very how do we say that? They are very blunt, especially when they're making jokes. So you gotta it's not for the fainted heart, man, you know. Us Caribbean.
Oh no, you gotta have a tough skin. Whoa, time out. You said us Caribbean.
Yeah, I am. I'm Caribbean. I'm Haitian.
Oh man, you need to lead with that next time, bro. You led with American the last time, bro.
No, I also live in Boston. I also live in Boston for a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be in Boston tonight with an Irish thing as well. Now,
what's Zuberi gonna talk about the anti brigade, Isak brigade?
Cause listen, you need. I keep telling you in your mod, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to protect you on that, but they can't save you because I just checked my status and I'm now a mod, bro. I'll block you from your channel, man. I'll Silver Surfer you, you know what I mean? I'll Silver Surfer did Galactus. No, it's bro. If we're Liverpool fans, which we all are, it's Liverpool first. And Quasi, you're going down this self-destructive path of putting yourself like your Isak first. Like, I don't want people to think like I wouldn't mind a player at my club, but bro, he's not at my club, bro. He's not here. Do I want him to come here? Sure, if it can happen. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. And it doesn't sound like it, right? So it's not like I'm anti-Isak, bro. I'm pro-Liverpool. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like when people is doing the little BLM thing. It's not saying they're better. It's, bro, I'm pro-black. It's not like I'm anti-white. So you can be pro-something without being the opposite. It's like, bro, I'm pro-Liverpool. I'm pro-Liverpool. I don't care about the guy Liverpool don't have.
But Liverpool wants Isak, so you should be
Isak. No, bro, no. Liverpool does not want Isak, and what I mean by that is,
how do you know?
Nah, bro. Let's do the math and let's break it down. Let's do the same math, Carl. Let's do the same math. Most, not all, most Liverpool fan was doing when FSG weren't spending the money. They did the math and figured out FSG was pocketing X amount of money. Liverpool fans did that math. Liverpool fans did the math and found why, and why was the profit from player sales. And they did the subtraction of players we bought for 25 million free and figured out X amount of money went in the pocket. Okay, if we're going to do that same math, if Liverpool wants a player and said, here's 110, the player himself don't believe he's valued at 110. The player don't think he's worth 110. The player don't even want to be sold for 150. If Liverpool wanted him, Liverpool would have went out and got him for whatever price. So Liverpool probably identify him and go, talented player. We put up 110. The club didn't budge. We're good. We're good, bro. And if you're a Liverpool fan, you're going to look me in the eye and be like, nah, that's not good enough. We need more from the owners. More than what? Breaking the British transfer records?
I got your point, Zubi. I got your point. I got your point there.
You see what I'm trying to say? Bro, we already broke the record in this window.
Why are we not moving on to a different man?
Nah, come on, Carl. We can't do this, man.
We're short. Are we not short?
Yo,
strikers and attackers.
Carl,
Yeah.
We're not going to do this because I've seen you guys do it for Klopp, and I think it's disingenuous you're not doing it for Slot.
Look,
Klopp came out.
Yeah.
Let me make the point, and I'll let you take it.
Yeah.
Klopp came out. All fans saw. I don't know about the legs in the midfield, you know, Klopp. What Klopp said, yo, I trust the midfield. That's what he said. And we all go, you know what, Klopp? I don't really like it still, but if, you know, you're the guy, we'll let you slide. Bro, Arne Slot just won the Prem by spending 13 mil. That's all he spent was 13 million, won the Prem. And now he looks at us and go, yeah, I needed a goal. I turn around. I saw Rio on the bench. I saw Chiesa. I picked Chiesa. Chiesa came on and scored. Technically, we don't really need a striker, bro. The last time we had 4 of our attackers in a game and they all scored was in that 7-up against Man United. Gakpo brace, Nunes brace, Salah brace, Firmino scored. That's the last time all 4 of our strikers scored. And the opening day of the season, everyone said we needed an attacker. Ekitike scored, Gakpo scored, Salah scored, Chiesa off the bench scored. Bro, phenomenal season on the way. Phenomenal season on the way. We can't buy players to prepare for injury if there's no injury. We just can't. Bro, it's not really smart. Now, if we go into the season, November, we picked up an injury, you know what? Let's grab a guy in January. But from where we standing right now, I think we're good. I know a lot of fans are like, Chiesa haven't really showed me much. Bro, Nunes was there for 3 years and he ain't showed much either, bro. You see what I'm trying to say? So I think 1 year with us, I think Chiesa is looking sharper. Even a manager is saying it. And I think this is the season we're going to really see what Chiesa is about if he can get back to those levels. And let's be fair, man, he didn't come to us with a lot of game time and minutes in his legs. So what I'm trying to say to you, the manager did say out of his own mouth, we need another attacker or another player in the attacking position. He wasn't necessarily talking striker because striker-wise, we have Chiesa can go there and we have Ekitike. And if you man are going to look me in the eye and tell me Ekitike doesn't show ability to lead the line as the starting striker, I think you man are being disrespectful.
I don't think that's it for me. To me is that I feel like we're short of attackers. Like, to tell you the truth, man, I want Isak just because he's a bad player. That's all. That's the only reason I want Isak. But if you tell me that the club goes in and buy a new winger and get maybe a backup striker, I'm fine. I'm ready to go win the league. Like, to me, this is not that deep. To me, this is why this is most frustrating about this. He's just a player. Like, just negotiate to get your value, and then we move on with our life. It's not like we asking Newcastle for charity, my guy. We want to give you a lot.
But we put up 110, bro.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like we didn't go in, bro. 110 is intent and ambition.
At a point, all negotiations start with a point, right? Just because we put 110 and 120 mil doesn't mean they need to accept it. But what they need to do is to negotiate.
Yeah, the price can be too steep. The price, bro. No one is going to tell me Isak is worth 150.
I agree with you. If the price is too steep for us, we need to move on. And what I'm saying is that
move on to who? Move on to who? A starter or a backup?
Move on whoever they think is the best option. It's for them to do their job. It's not for me. All I gotta say is that, do I think this is good or bad? That's it. But my job is.
Who did you think we needed to sign last season? because I'm the only guy that said no signings this window, and we made 2, which I was disappointed we actually made 2. So last season, I from January, Klopp said he was leaving. I'm like, the new managers need to come in, assess the squad, and then in the following window make his spending. I'm not saying I'm right. It's not about being right in that moment. That's where I stood. And that's why I have the same energy now. I told everyone, yo, all the manager need to do is take the first season. I told Quasi, this is his free hit. Assess the squad. And with his free hit, he won the league. He assessed the squad, spend a bag of money.
Yeah.
I don't think we really need to spend anymore, to be fair.
To me, this is
I don't think we need to spend anymore.
To me, we need to because we're short of men. We're not short of this is not a money issue. This is a people issue, man. We if we don't have enough people,
we already have 2 players for each position, you know.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We don't.
Tell me the position there's not 2 players in.
Striker. We don't have a striker.
Ekitike and Chiesa is the striker.
Oh my God! No, my God!
No. I'm not asking you if you like it. That wasn't a question. The question was, we have 2 players per position.
Okay, no, we don't. I don't think Chiesa
is. Name me the position. Name me the position we don't have 2 players in.
I just told you, striker.
No, we have 2 strikers.
Striker and winger. Striker and
which winger? Which winger we don't have 2 positions for? Gakpo and Rio is the 2 for the left wing. Give me another position.
Yo, what we doing?
I'm not asking you if you like it. No, I'm not asking you if you like it. I'm giving you the fact.
I don't like it. Look, Rio is a Rio.
No, if you don't like it, that's fine. I won't argue with you.
Rio is a practice player for me. Rio is a practice player. He's here to practice. And
I think you're being disrespectful.
Don't disrespect Rio. Kyle is disrespecting.
Yeah, I'm pro Liverpool. What I would not tolerate is disrespect for the Liverpool squad.
Well,
we have 2 players. Mr. Sharkey, the backup for Salah is Frimpong. Next position. Bro, this is what the manager said. Bro, you're either disrespecting my manager or disrespecting my player, and I will not tolerate neither.
I think the manager.
Name me the next position we don't have 2 players for.
Let me bring what's the name in Irishman. Jump in before these 2.
Yo, name me the position we don't have 2 players for. You can't. You can tell me you don't like the backup.
You just don't like them.
No. No. You don't like them.
No, you don't like what I got to say.
No, I'll allow it if you say Chiesa and Ekitike isn't the 2 you want for that position. You're entitled to say that. I'm not going to argue it. I'm just saying you cannot tell me we don't have the 2 players because we do.
No, we don't. Because
a lot of people didn't like the fact that we didn't bring anyone in last season, and we won the league. What are those people saying now? A lot of people didn't like the fact that we took Frimpong.
Seasons change. You know that better.
I get that. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is I'm not arguing that it's not okay for you not to like it. Yeah, the quality. I'm not defending the quality. Okay. All I'm saying is there is 2 bodies per position here. Now we might not like them, but there is. You see what I'm trying to say? Just like when we had Robbo and Simi, a lot of people, including myself, did not like that combination because I thought Robbo is past it 3 years ago. And a lot of people was like, oh, man, you're tripping. He's good. And I'm like, bro, my opinion is Robbo and Simi ain't it. Now we got Kirkes and Robbo. I'm telling you right now, I don't think that's it either. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, bro, we're not gonna do the FIFA EAFC thing here. Like we both know there's players that can play multiple positions. The manager, and like I said, you're either disrespecting the manager or the player, and I will not tolerate both. The manager out of his own mouth says, yo, Frimpong can be the backup for Salah. No, it's not my intelligence, bro. All I'm giving you, this is the guy who's managing our squad that we support. Right? And you're gonna tell me you don't support his decisions? Bro, you're being disrespectful. That's what people said when I said Klopp ain't it. It's not like I was disrespecting Klopp. I just identified the fact that with this manager, we may never dominate. And so said, so done. It's not about being right. Klopp himself said he didn't want to dominate. So how as fans you want to dominate, but you're gonna support the guy who don't want to dominate? How does that make sense? So we're back to doing the same thing, Quasi, if you can see what I'm trying to say. We're basically saying this manager just won the league. He thinks he's good with the squad. He thinks we're in a good position. Another attacker can help. Another defense can help, but he thinks we're good. How as fans we're gonna say, yo, we support the manager by saying, yeah, I don't think this guy know what he's doing. He took Frimpong off because of the data from the medical staff. Turns out that data was correct. He did the right thing. A lot of people crucify him for taking Frimpong off. A lot of people crucify him for not bringing on Rio and bringing on Chiesa. Chiesa scored a game-changing goal. So basically, his decision in that game was actually correct.
No, I like his
But what
decision.
a lot of people are
the only
saying
one I
now,
criticize is the Endo, which was clearly obvious. The only decision, bad decision.
yeah, no, the Endo thing, yeah, Endo thing was a moment thing.
It was the Endo. That's it. But he fixed it.
Yeah, and to be fair, the one decision I'm criticizing him for, no one is talking about it.
Which
Robo.
one?
Kirk has clearly looked like he wasn't really in the game, bro.
Yo, and your what's it called? What do you call it? Your
Robo agenda, man.
You guys are running a propaganda out here, man. Yo, stop it.
Yeah, let me bring.
Bro,
let me bring
all I'm
Irishman
saying
into-
is,
Let's let the other brother.
let me yeah, Carl, let me have Irishman have his say on this. Irishman, what you say, man? This is what happens when you have two Caribbeans together, man. I'm just telling you. I'm with my Caribbean brothers and sisters all the time, man. You have to jump in, otherwise you just gonna be a spectator. Not that I disagree with what most are saying.
I was fine just sitting at the bar and watching the two boys on the beach. You know how it goes. Just imagine, and it's in the sunshine. Just imagine you're on a beach.
I love it.
Just relax.
I mean, I don't think
I don't know where to go. Look, all I'll say is for me, we played three people started in the 9 for us last season. Diaz, Nunes, and Jota, God rest his soul. Yes. For horrible reasons, he's no longer here, and the other two, Diaz and Nunes, have gone. So those three guys played up front through the middle for us last season, and we've only brought in one, Ekitike, an out kind of through the middle type guy. So to me, obviously, yeah, look, Slot definitely wants to bring in someone else. They put all their chips on Isak, and they're sitting there just waiting for it to fall. I mean, we're all bloody. I mean, beyond sick of this freaking stuff, man. 9 days can't happen quick enough. We absolutely need to bring in somebody. The one I know, like Zuberi, sorry, is saying, yeah, we have bodies. Yeah, we do have bodies. You can name another player in the squad who can play that role. But if we want to win stuff like everybody wants to win, I still think we are very short in terms of someone like an Adam Wharton that can sit at the base of our midfield and play. That's somewhere I'd say we don't have two really good players. We have bodies, yes, but really, really good players. We don't have to have world class in every position. I just think we need a Wirtz level of player. We have a Wirtz level of player in Allison. We have a Wirtz level of player in BBD. We have a Wirtz level of player in Wirtz, obviously, and we have a Wirtz level of player in Saga, right? That's a lot of top. If you had a Wirtz level of player, deep line playmaker, control in midfield, I think that'd be awesome. That's where I think we're short. Gravenberch,
you don't think Gravenberch is that for our midfield?
I think Gravenberch is better going forward. I think if we were to bring in someone, you'd release. Grav is converted into that role to when he's done unbelievably, brilliantly well at it. Yes,
but
nobody's.
So are you? Let me ask you this question early then, because I don't want to wait till everyone is saying it to say it. I usually do the trend setting thing. From what I gather from what you said, and I could be wrong, so you're here to clear it up. You're basically saying we converted Gravenberch into that, which is his best season for us, one of the best midfielders last season. Are you implying that that is a one-off and it wasn't a natural thing to him?
Am I saying it's a one-off? No, I don't think so. It wasn't natural for him, but he's learned something that he's excelled at. Yeah, we can all get put into new roles in life, and we didn't realize that it was something we would excel at, but he's a top player. I think he has his limitations in terms of distribution. I think he has limitations in terms of play style for what we actually want to do. Like there's a difference between what we're doing and what we want to eventually become. And I think what we would eventually become would have a different type of player. Like you said, Zuby, I'm pro Liverpool, and it's on the internet. You can't say that you like one thing without someone obviously saying, "Oh, well, you must hate the opposite, or you must hate the alternative." No, I think Gravenberch is a wonderful footballer, but I think we could bring in a more out and out deep line playmaker who would then transform the way that this team plays and allow us to build up completely differently. But we can still go on and win games and win titles with Grav. It's just about being greedy and
So
getting.
let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this, because from where I'm standing and the manager's standing, what Gravenberch is doing deep in the pitch is what we want to build off of. But what you're
Mm,
saying
I
is
don't
the
agree with that.
Liverpool that you want to see.
No,
Well,
no. If you look at what,
let me
no,
phrase the question. No, let
no.
me
If you
phrase the
look at what
question
he's done
because
before,
for,
if you look at what he's done before, and specifically with Van
who's
Bronckhorst,
done before?
what Arne Slot has done before, and how what. So what you're,
Before
I'm not
where?
at
Before
Feyenoord.
Liverpool?
Yeah, and what Van
No, no. What
Bronckhorst
he's doing
has
at
done.
Feyenoord is not what he's trying to do here.
Not
He already said
necessarily.
that. He's not trying to do what he did at
No,
Feyenoord.
he's not. It's
He
not a
already said
carbon
that.
copy. Yeah, but it's yeah. But see, Zuby, it's very sorry. Is what we're assuming is that the guy that is perfect for his midfield just happened to be at Liverpool when he got there, and he had to convert him from one role
No, but that's what
into
I'm
another.
saying. But he
Why was
said
he
what
trying to buy
he said out of
Zubamendi?
his own mouth.
Why did we try and buy Zubamendi?
Bro, all right. So I think I understand what you're saying, and I just want you to understand what I'm saying. Because all I'm doing is I'm not doing no in between the line. I'm not doing the speculation as why did he want this guy. And like my philosophy stems from come into the building, see what you have, and then see how you can use it. I
Mhm.
think winning the league last season, he's 100% see what he has. Whether he expected Gravenberch to do that or not, he now realized what Gravenberch can do. And he said, yo, I'm going to build off of that. He didn't say, yo, I'm going to change that and try to do something else. And that's why he said, yo, I'm not trying to do what I did at Feyenoord because I don't have that piece. And to rip something up that works just to try to replicate that, I would slate him if he tried to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I know he went for other players and try to set it a certain way.
No,
It's almost like
he only
hold
went for
on a
one
second.
thing.
It's almost like Newcastle, right? Newcastle's ambition in the market, early market, like day one, was we have Isak. How do we build with that? Right? That was their intention. Okay, so if we have an Isak, we just need like an Ekatike behind him, and then we can build from there. Okay, we have one of the most robust midfielders. Okay, let's grab this guy in there. All right, Murphy on the wing. How can we build off that? Okay, you know what? Let's get a Langa, and then that's how we build off that to go in the Champions League. Okay, fast forward to now, Newcastle was like, none of that plan went accordingly. Okay, switching it back to Liverpool, yeah, he might have wanted to go a different direction, but sometimes in life, it's not about what you want and how you're going about it. It's just what works. And I'm telling you right now, Gravenberch in our midfield, the position he's playing in now, that works. So for him to try to now move Gravenberch back and we'll be looking at him like he's crazy. So I think what he's doing is just adapting.
But,
And I'm not saying he's doing it well, but he's adapting to, yo, actually, oh, this actually works. So I'm just going to keep that going and try to build off that.
but to what
I
you're
don't
saying,
necessarily think he trusted Nunes or Diaz, and that was the need for like an Isak or another striker. He found it in Ekatike, and I think he's looking at Ekatike going, "Well, that works. Yeah, we would all love another backup for Ekatike, but I don't see a starting striker over Ekatike. I see a backup striker and a support striker, and for that reason is why I'm saying all Chiesa has to do is get to the level of a backup slash supporting striker, and I think we'll be fine. Does the manager think that? I don't know. Do other
I
fans
don't
think
think
that? I'm not
our
quite so
ambition,
sure.
our ambition
But
won't allow that, Zuby. Zuby,
no, I just quickly
our
want to say
ambition will
something.
allow us to
Sorry, Carl.
Real
adapt to
quick,
it.
Carl. Let's get
Yeah,
Irishman
go
finish
ahead,
real quick.
Iris.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
you were
ahead.
saying you were saying Ziberi, if he was to do something, if he was to move Gravenberg, we'd all be looking at him going, he's crazy. I absolutely would not be doing that. I mean, there's clear limitations to Gravenberg's play and build up. Right now, he looks good. But what I'm saying is we should never just assume that that is as good as it can get and that is as good as it will be. The most simplest way I can put it is if Adam Wharton joined Liverpool tomorrow, Adam Wharton would start in this team, and he would start in the number 6 role.
No, because if he starts in the
Whatever
6
happens
now,
with
we're
Gravenberch,
playing with
whatever
2 8s. Yo,
this guy
Irishman.
walks.
Let me
This guy
no, no,
walks
no, no, no,
into
no, no, no,
Liverpool
no.
side.
That's your opinion. I'm not gonna
It's
argue your
not.
opinion.
I
I'm just
know
gonna
it's
show
my
you how
opinion.
the team is set up. Wait, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. I don't like that's why I'm prefacing it. I'm not arguing your opinion. I'm gonna show you what changed for us. What changed for us is we have a British record number 10. So that means we will always play with a number 10. Because
Mhm.
we're always going to play with a lone 10, we're not going to play with a lone 6. Because playing with a lone 6 now, we're going to be doing the diamond. So now, if we have 4 defenders and 4 midfielders, now that changes the attack. So what I'm
Yeah,
trying to show you is
I
you
said he
can't,
starts in the 6 in a double pivot. In a
if
double
he
pivot,
starts in
he
a
will
double
start
pivot,
in a
who's the second pivot?
Alexis McAllister. Your midfield 3 is Warden,
No.
McAllister, and Burke.
Yo, let me show you something. Gravenberch is the first name in the middle of the park. Because, and he said it in his press conference, the spaces where we were vulnerable, that's the space Gravenberch picks up. So if you're not buying a
Is
guy
he
to
the only
stand
player
next
in
to
the world who can do
Gravenberch,
that?
no, see, that's what I'm trying to show you. You're not doing what we have. You're doing you're doing your opinion. And I'm not trying to argue your opinion. I'm just trying to argue what we have. What we have is Gravenberch is the best player in our team in that double pivot. And that's just what it is. If you as a fan don't like it, I can't argue that.
It's
You
it's
understand what
not
I'm trying
about
to say to
liking
you?
it. It's not about liking it. It's just I disagree with your opinion that he's best in the double pivot.
No, it's not my opinion, bro. It's what we have.
Would you just gave your
Gravenberch is the
there isn't
best
a
player
list.
in our team.
Is there
Are
a
you
list that
disagreeing
says
that
it?
Gravenberch is the best player in our team in the double pivot?
Yes.
Okay, then I have nothing more to say. Quasi,
If
let
it's
me ask you the
grabbing Mac,
question. Do you think?
if it's
No.
grabbing Mac in a double pivot, Mac is the best in like you have a holding player in that double pivot and you have an attacking player in
All
that
right, let
double
me
pivot.
all right. All right.
So
Thank you
Mac
for
would be the
giving me a
best
name
player in
next to
that double
Gravenberch.
pivot.
No, thank you for giving me a name. Thank you for giving me the name. I'll bring Carl and Quasi in on this. We I think it was the Bournemouth game. McAllister got the ball deep and tried to break the lines with his dribble and just got bodied off the ball.
But
Gravenberch
he's in
never
our
does
team.
that. Gravenberch is unplayable breaking the line. Oh, hold on. Let me bring it to Quasi and Carl. You already said Gravenberch isn't the best in a double pivot. Who is our best double pivot in the team?
No, but double pivot is 2 players. So to me, the best double pivot we have is
No.
Grav and McAllister. And the best player out of those 2, they play differently.
This is a question for Carl. This is a question for Carl.
If you want to know who the best holding
No.
is, it's Grav.
Irishman, you already said your piece. I said my piece. We can. There's no point in going further as far as the conversation because you don't think Gravenberch is the best, and I think he is. So then that's it. Your answer is in. My answer is in. Quasi, best double pivot guy in our team is who?
Grab.
Carl, best double pivot guy in our team is who? Carl's not trying to participate.
No. It's not I'm not trying to participate. It's because I am I have some I understand the best one is Grav because of his
no, but all you can give me your pair. You can give me your pair, or you can just give me the guy.
Okay, to me, the best pair to me, and it's very low amount of games, and to me, I found it could be Grav and Soboslai to me, but I think they just don't have enough game time for it to happen, for it to gel. To me personally, I think that Soboslai does something that Grav lacks is all the running and all the pressuring that he does, but Grav does something that Soboslai doesn't do well, which is reading the game, intercepting, and making tackles, and all of that. So I think to me that could have been the best pair in the double pivot. But what's happening is that I think the team functioned well enough with Gravenberch and Maka. But
So
like
then,
everybody else, I do believe it is Grav. He's the best double pivot in our team.
then he started a fight and then now he disappeared.
I know, right?
Zubair, you there? Nah, he's not.
Typical him, man. Typical
Can I
him.
just please? Can I just
Typical
please
Yeah,
Jamaican.
go ahead,
clarify?
Irishman.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Aaron.
Can I please clarify what I'm saying? If you're talking
Yeah.
about it, when you're talking about a double pivot, the best holding player in that right now is Grav. When I was asked who was the best out of the two,
Yeah.
out of Grav and Mac, I think Mac is a better footballer than Grav right now in midfield. But Grav right now is our best option to be a holding player in the six. He's our best option right now, absolutely. But what I'm trying to explain to people is that we're trying to move forward in a different way of playing. And if this thing where you can't mention what happened at a former club if it's a smaller club, like we can talk about what Van Bronckhorst did at Rangers, and people will say, "Oh, you can't do with Rangers what you did do with Liverpool." You can use the same tactics, please. Don't be so stupid as just, "Oh, you can't." Oh, they did that at Rangers. That's Scottish football. Look at what Van Bronckhorst did at Rangers, and look at how we're trying to play now. It's very, very similar. Van Bronckhorst is having a huge impact on the way that we're moving forward in our style of play.
Yeah.
So things are changing up. That's all I'm trying to say. We shouldn't sit there and go, "This is what we're going to be like in 2 years' time." A couple of these players won't be here, and what I'm saying is, there's a reason why you tried to bring in Zubamendi, and I still think one of those players is in his mind, and I think there's a few, and it'll come in, and we'll look all the better for it. I think Grav is a brilliant box-to-box player. If you release Gravenberch to get forward, you could even see a completely new version of Gravenberch. He's got the ability to do more than just sit in and run. I think he's one of the best players in our team. But I think you could see even more from a Gravenberch if you unleashed him into a box-to-box role. But I don't know. I'm just saying. I got a tenner on Adam Wharton being at Liverpool next year. That's what my money is. That's what
People, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And also, please go to Anfield Irishman's channel and subscribe if you haven't yet. You're missing a lot of good content over there, people. So please do that. So before we get out of here, Crystal Palace is also acting a fool to the point where Glasner has come out and you could tell he's not happy with Parrish. I've always said that Parrish is a useless chairman. He's only happy to be in the Premier League. Hollywood Ants is in the building. Who do you agree with, Hollywood? Please let us know who you agree with. With me, the Kennel, Carl, or Irishman. But I think they have waited till the last minute. Now they're talking about they might not be able to find a replacement for Guehi or even for Ete. And you could tell, like if you watch the interview, you could tell he was pissed. And then when you looked at Parrish's interview, he can't even look into the camera. He just kept looking down because everybody was like, brother, you had the whole summer to look for replacement. You said it yourself. You didn't want to lose Guehi for free. But yet you haven't done anything that says, I will replace this guy. Now the manager look at it and he's like, yeah, I'm out. Oh, okay. Football with Ants. Hollywood Ants said he agrees with the big debate we just had. He said he agrees with Irishman.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the whole Guehi thing, what do you guys think about Crystal Palace? And like literally, they're doing exactly what Newcastle are doing, but at least they got their money on the Etsy side.
No, they're not doing the same thing. I think they're just trying to maximize the amount of money they should be getting for Guehi. But it's just taking times, and then I don't know what's the hold up on that one. To tell the truth, maybe it's us not wanting to pay the full amount. Irish can attest to that. I've always said that we'll have to pay above 40 mil for Guehi, and I don't think we could do the 30 and 5 thing as has been reported. I think 40 and up is what will get the player out of Newcastle, and I don't think they're budging on that. And and then I think their frustration is that they don't have any other suitors, and that's what's driving this whole situation. I guess parish mad is because the only people they can negotiate with is Liverpool, and the fact that Liverpool is stuck on 30-5, and then there's no actual real need for us to go get Guehi now, because I think we could do this for the next 4 months until January, maybe revisit that, but we could wait until the summer next year to get him for free.
Okay. Oh, he said, yeah. I was talking about the Gravenberg. Yeah, that's what we're saying. You know, we had the big debate, and Irishman, per our Hollywood celebrity, he said you are the one who's correct. But Zuberi, do you wanna comment on what Mr. Hollywood Ants is talking about, or you want to talk about Guehi's situation?
I'll just do both because the ends thing would be short. Because I heard I caught the back end of the Irishman thing when he said he believes that Wharton will be here next year. Bro, I wasn't talking about the future. I'm talking about this season, bro. I can only talk about the season we're in. I can only talk about the window we're in. So the window we're in, if the priority was a 6 to be ahead of Hendo, who's also a 6, then we wouldn't have signed a 10. We would have positioned ourselves to play with 2 number 8 and then position Gravenberch for a box-to-box role. We didn't position Gravenberch for a box-to-box role. We positioned Gravenberch for a double pivot role. McAllister, I think we get more out of him in that box-to-box left side 8. The same way Sabazalai can get more out of him as a left side or right sided 8. But we didn't position a team for 2 8s. We positioned a team for 2 6. So how can we position a team for 2 6 and now we're going to go backwards on that position to get a number of 6 as a lone 6? Like the way the team is being positioned tells me the direction of the team. Now, as a fan, no one is asking me how I would have positioned the midfield, because if that's the question, then yeah, sure, I think getting a marquee 6 would have been the direction I would have went to unleash a Gravenberch, a Sabazalai, and a McAllister, and a Curtis in more of a box-to-box role as 2 number 8s as the old school Klopp system. We've went away from that where we have a lone 6 and 2 marauding 8s. We went away from that. We went to a double pivot and a lone 10. That's what we went towards. So the fact that we got a record signing in the number 10, bro, we're not going to go 4-1-2-1 and then get 2 strikers, because we also have 2 wingers. So if you're going to tell me in the future we're going to move away from 2 wingers and go with 2 striker, okay, then that's future talks. We can all speculate what the future is, but I guarantee you the next signing will kind of tell us where we're lining up. Unfortunately for us, the next 2 signing is forward guys and defender. Speaking about defender, that's how I'll take it to the Guehi point. The Guehi point is like this, man. I can't blame Palace. I can blame him in one department, and that department is if you want to keep these guys and you don't want to sell them this season, then their best approach should have been, let me put a value on what I'm willing to accept. And Guehi, I'm going to sign you with a $90 million release clause, but I'm going to pay you $220 a week. I don't know what he's on, but I think that'll be enough to at least get him to sign it with that release clause in there, because they want to guarantee that money coming back. And Eze, we put one of your release clause at 68. No one came in for you. So you know what? We're going to sign you up on a release clause of 80, but we're going to substantially increase your wage because both of you guys brought in 2 trophies, the cup and the community shield. I think that's the approach Palace should have taken, and that's the only fault I can fault them at. Palace is being nonchalant with the situation by saying, I hope, these guys love the club. I hope they'll just sign the new deal. What is the new deal then? You have to make it attractive enough that they'll at least want to stay and extend and not leave on a free. So I think Palace in that regard is not really smart in the way they're going about their business. You can't just hope these guys sign some whatever deal when there's interest for bigger clubs. So they should have taken that approach. If you're not going to find a replacement, then pay them to their level. pay him whatever wage the big clubs was going to offer him. So if Liverpool was going to sign Guehi and give him 160, Palace should have been like, fam, we'll give you 180 and you stay here with a $90 million release clause. So that way we're not shorting ourselves. Because they turned down 70 for him in the past. Now he has 1 year left. You're fighting clubs to take 40. Bro, yeah, he's what, 25, 26? Yeah, 40 isn't a bad price for him. But fam, why would I pay 40 now if I can get him under free in 6 months? So I think in 6 months, if he's still there, a lot of suitors will be lining up trying to sign him. And the only thing Guehi's going to pick is game time. Guehi's going to look for game time. Do I walk into your team? If the answer is yes, I'm going over there. That's what Guehi's going to be looking at. Now, Eze is kind of a different animal because I think he might be in London. I don't know if Palace is in London anyways, but now he's off to Arsenal potentially. He already had a deal with Spurs, so he already has 2 suitors. So if Palace wasn't looking for these replacements now, that's just them being irresponsible in the market. Like, you have to look after your team. Like, you know there's big suitors around. You know one of their contracts going down. So I think Palace should have at least tried to secure him. And if the only way to secure him is to pay him high wages, so be it. One is your captain and one is your most pivotal player. Like, and they both won stuff, so you have to reward them for what they've won. And if that means a new contract with a release clause, then do it. But make sure the release clause is something you can hold on to. You see what I'm trying to say? Bro, like, yo, Palace is playing the most stupid game I've ever seen, bro. Like, yeah, the man that won stuff at your club, bro, they're entitled to leave now. They're entitled to compensation. I have not heard none of those players turn down a contract from Palace. And that to me is very telling on Palace's move and ambition.
I think they did. I think Guehi said he will not sign. I don't think he turned it down. I think he said he will not sign a contract with a new contract. I don't think he turned down a contract.
Yeah, but the new contract has to be. Yeah, but if he said I'm not gonna sign a new contract, bro, men already know. Like, bro, I'm not gonna entertain you, bro. You put a contract together and telling me the release clause expires at the start of the window. I think that release clause was 68, but it expired once the season started, right?
Yeah,
bro, you're not gonna use that to tell me, see, nobody thinks you're worth 68, so I'm not even gonna pay you the wages you want. That's why Eze said that. Eze is like, fam, you think because no club was willing to spend the 68, I'm not gonna be up out of here anyways? Like, bro, that's your problem. So now see, other clubs just use that to lowball you. So I think Palace is just bro, they do poor business because they should have never let that release clause expire if they really believed in it. They should just held it. Because right now, Eze is a $75 million player.
They got 68.
So no club coming in for him at 68. Yeah, you just give clubs reason now to lowball you.
How much did you get? They
Bro,
get it from
I think Spurs was maybe 60. I don't even know what Arsenal is doing.
Spurs
I think Arsenal
60.
just matched what Spurs did. Yeah, and I think Arsenal just matched that.
Arsenal paid more.
Arsenal 68. Just matched that.
No,
they paid 68.
Arsenal paid 68.
They Spurs would have paid more wages, but it's the other way around for both clubs. But he wanted to go to Arsenal. He's been a fan always, so
yeah. But they set themselves short because, bro, the window opens and you're just running around here thinking these men are just gonna be loyal to you. Like, fam, these men got ambition, and the ambition is bigger than you.
But still, though, why the manager won his players early and you kept these players till 9 days before the end of the window to get them? You know what I'm saying?
Palace shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Crystal Palace, at least Crystal Palace fans, they are realistic in where they are in the total poll compared to Newcastle, who think that they are above everybody else. So Irishman, I believe that Parrish is one of the useless. He has always been happy with just staying in the league. This is probably the first success that he has tasted since he's been chairman. While you have a great, I won't say great, the manager is very good, right? I think he's in the level of Iriola and those type of managers, right? Why will you wait till the last minute to give him what he needs, knowing that Parrish said himself, Guehi is not going to go for free. He knew that there was a battle between Arsenal. Arsenal was the first club to come for Eze. Why will you wait and basically kill your manager?
Well, I think we should anything that when you talk about Palace, you do have to kind of start it out by saying that this season,
Mhm.
to buy or sell a Premier League club usually takes quite a bit of time.
Mhm.
It's not something that can be done quickly. It's just go, see that Premier League club, I'm going to buy that. Or a guy
Mhm.
that owns a Premier League club just decides to sell it. And that's not something you do overnight.
Mhm.
They had to do that basically overnight this summer. They had to sell the club. That guy, John Texter,
Mhm.
so that guy, what's his name, Buddy Johnson or something like that. He
Yeah.
owns the New York Jets or something, whoever it is. That guy. So he had to they had to sell the club. And they were going to court with
Mhm.
UEFA because they got kicked out of the Europa League into the Conference League.
Yeah.
So all that shit was going on at Palace this summer. So I'm not surprised
Mhm.
their business hasn't been exactly, super quick or anything. But I mean, the only thing, like there was that story a while ago that they'd signed Diamande and then Guehi to Liverpool. Then all this stuff kicked off, and we obviously had our own issues. So I'm not surprised it's not up. But the guy, I mean, he literally came out and said, we cannot afford to let him go on a free next summer. And he's come out and said, I'm not signing a new contract.
Mhm.
So just make it happen. This one is even more. I don't want to think about this, Katie, because if they're arguing over 5 million, that's even more annoying. This is just a really simple transfer. You just get it done.
Mhm.
You fill the squad place. We've lost Kwanzaa. That's Leone been replaced. We were crying out for another guy anyway. If Ibu leaves next year, Guehi will have been
Mhm.
in the building for a year. Just get it done. It's not a big deal. Just get it bloody done. But when you've got a chairman that literally says we're not letting go for free, and a player that says I'm not signing a new contract, then what more can you say?
Mhm.
And it's he only wants Liverpool. That's the new catchphrase this year. Player X only wants club Y. He only wants. So they're giving it to him. Okay, he only wants Liverpool.
Mhm.
I saw a tweet there about 10
Next
minutes
year he
ago
might not
saying,
want Liverpool.
"Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. This is more of an annoying. This to me should have been a fairly straightforward transfer to
Get the
get
deal
done.
down quick.
I do think
Do you
35
guys
million is more
believe
than fair.
Konate will resign?
I'm at
If
50
Gay
50
comes
right
in,
now.
no. If Gay
No, I don't.
actually comes in, no.
I
No,
mean,
I
that
think he
new
would have if
kid,
he was not. I don't know.
that
That,
new kid looks
looks serious, man. You look serious,
he
bro.
looks serious. I mean, like I say, big up to my community for putting me on. I wrote his name down when somebody threw his name in the chat and told me to go check him out. I did my YouTube university studies on him. When I saw him bullying Lukaku, I'm like, I'm sold. This boy is, I mean, we haven't seen him yet, but I hope that with his stature, 6'5" already, 18 years old, that means he's going to grow at least another inch and he's going to get a little bit stronger. So he is perfect for the Premier League in terms of size. Now I want to see how well he plays in terms of reading the game because, Liverpool, we don't do
Yeah.
one-on-one defense.
Not worried about the physicality.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the physical. I'm worried
He's
about
ready.
how he
He's
reads the
ready.
game. Yeah, how he reads the game. So we will see when it goes in. But big up to Irishman. Do you have anything coming up soon? Irishman, are you there? Irishman,
He's gone.
he's gone. Okay. People, make sure to subscribe to Anfield Irishman's channel. He always has a daily call-in show. If you are brave enough, please join them and have a conversation. It's not a place for foolishness. If you don't know your football, don't show up. What's the name? Marc Simmons said Giovanni's a great backup. Guehi can come in January. No, we need Guehi now. The way that our Guehi can also play right back, people. So the way our right back is getting thin on that side, yeah, we need him right now. Big up to Kennel for joining us, man. Thank you for that.
Before
go ahead, Carl.
Can you give us another 5 minutes about the game on Monday if you got the time? Just 5 minutes. Is that okay? Or
go ahead. What do you want to say on well, we're going to talk about it tomorrow, but if you want to.
Okay, if I don't get a chance to see you tomorrow, so everyone to know, every Liverpool know, and I'm sure Newcastle know, this is about to be a shit show in in that part, man.
It's gonna be a battle.
I'm going to enjoy it. I think I just wish I could be a fly into that stadium, man. And I just, you know what, I want to go there, and supposedly there's a story out there that Endo give every single one of his teammates mouth guard.
That's hilarious.
If that's true, that shows a little bit of mentality in our squad, and that we understand what it means, and they're taking it as serious as it should be. And
this game,
and so we
this
need to
game, all Liverpool players have to do is just outsmart them.
Watch out for Joe Linton, man.
You could get Joe Linton into a red card within 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by watch out.
You know what I mean? This game, Liverpool players should be way smarter and way mature to go in and try to have a slugfest. You are there for 3 points, not to tell people you are tough. Yeah. It's as simple as that. If we play our ball, Newcastle's they're gonna get found out. And they're gonna be stuck out here fouling players, right? Yeah. Joe Linton is just a bruiser. You love him when he's in your team. You hate him when he's not.
You hate him, and I think as long as we can handle, to me, the biggest thing, and we always say, we're gonna have to soak up pressure for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
to 15 minutes. Yes, Irish. If we can do that, or even not soaking up pressure, if we can put pressure on them for 15 minutes. And even maybe a goal, we get a goal in between 15 to 30 minutes of that game. I don't make a lot of guaranteed. I don't make a guarantee. This could be a blowout. If
that's what I'm saying. If Liverpool just show up and we play our game.
We play our game, and then we embrace that physical that they're gonna go at it, and we dish it out, and then we take it, and then we move on, and we just understand that's just the name of the game.
Yeah,
man, it could be peak for Newcastle, because again, they don't have the talisman that used to make them a tick, which is Isak. Isak was always the one. If you watch every single goal they score,
he was an outlet.
Always around that corner they score by Dan Burn. He's the one who got the corner. They don't have that talisman anymore.
Yeah, I agree. But Irishman, you have anything to say? You have a show coming up?
Yeah, no, it'll be a mad one. Monday night, St. James Park. Definitely be a bit of a mad one. I just want to know, just bring back Jimmy Five Bellies. If anybody remembers who Jimmy Five Bellies is, then you're as old as I am. Gaz's mate. The archetypal Newcastle fan, always topless in the stands, big belly on him. They're trying to get up for it, but I don't think they have the players, man. I don't think they have the players. Yeah, it's going that whole midfield battle. Yeah, but what do they have up front? Am I going to do a show? Yeah, I'll do a show, but I'm not really sure what to do a show about, because I can't do another Isak show.
Just talk about the Premier League, man. Just talk about the Premier League, man.
At this point,
nobody cares about that. No, people only care about transfer shit, man.
Until the window closes, nobody's talking about it. But Arsenal fans, I have a question for Arsenal fans. Who's buying the league now? Who's buying the league now?
They spend more money than us now?
They spend more money than anybody. Right? And number two, it's funny how I'm looking at people like Don Robbie, Turkish, and they can, when you ask them, are you going to win the league? They can't even talk anymore, because now you have no more excuse. They have no more excuse. They got all the players they wanted.
Arsenal fan, he said we're still short.
I know. I heard that too.
And sentiment. I'm like,
Arsenal is probably the only club who have gotten all the players they wanted, and they can't wait for Liverpool to get Isak so they can say, "Oh no, it's them." No, the pressure on you. 3 times runner up. You know what they call runners up, right? First loser.
First loss.
Yeah, you are now gonna win the league. No excuses anymore. No more, no ambition. No more, no ambition FC. Your shopping list has been perfect. Win the league. Anyway, people, thank you so much. Carl, first of all, thank you for the super chats, man. I appreciate you so much. People, this is the super chat for me to get some uniform, the kit, the new kit, man, for me and my 21 kids. So if you don't know, please, we are monetized. So please, if you want to donate, please send a super chat, or you could do us some free donation by hitting the like button. Okay, hit the like button. That one is free. Get the likes up, get the subs up. Please go to Anfield Irishman and subscribe to his channel. Football with Ends was in the building earlier. Please go to his channel also and subscribe. Big thing. I won't send you to anywhere else that I don't go. You probably see me in them spaces. So it's like, it's a big community out here. So please, please, please do subscribe to Mandem. And I appreciate you guys taking your time for Friday. Please enjoy your weekend. We'll be back tomorrow for the call-in show. Somebody came in and said K-Mark forever.
What did he do? What did he say? Did he say
I don't
something?
know. He said K-Mark forever. He's a big K-Mark supporter, I think. Big up to CJ, man. Thank you so much for being there all day. People, we'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy your, was it Chelsea versus who? Oh, K-Mark Raid. They're showing up when we are about to leave. Big up to the K-Mark supporters. Big up to K-Mark. Thank you for bringing your people. People, if you are coming in, hit the like button. All right, give us 2 minutes. Hit the like button before we get out of here. Just hit the like.
Get your score predictions in. Get your score predictions in from Monday night. Get your score predictions in from Monday night.
Man, with me, I always say 3 points.
3 points. 3-1. Liverpool.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Lost, big up yourself. What are you saying, Irishman?
The Battle of St. James's Park. That's yeah. Wow. That could be anything. That could literally be absolutely anything. Other than the fact that they don't have any goal scorers.
Yeah.
It's maybe it. I'll go with a 2-1. I'll go with a 2-1 win for us because they'll just make it incredibly tough and difficult.
It's gonna be a battle.
I can't see a 4-0. I can't see us wiping the floor with them or anything like that.
Yeah.
But our quality versus their lack of quality up front would probably make the difference. Because they're looking at Barnes, Gordon, Osula, isn't it? That's
yeah. I saw them against Aston Villa. It was horrible.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe Dan Burn might get something from a set piece because we're still bad at set pieces or something like that, and then we'll get to. But it's going to be, there's going to be tackles flying in that one, I think, because the crowd will get them up.
It's going to be that noise. That noise is going to be crazy. Yeah,
a bit of Bruno justice maybe.
Yeah, man. I think Liverpool win. All I need is Liverpool just to play your game. Don't go that physical toe-to-toe. Physically, our midfield's better than, they're very physical. I like the way they play. They work hard, which reminds me of old Klopp's team. But I think Liverpool should just focus on the task at hand. We got bigger fish to fry. We don't need to go to try to show people that we are also tough. We know who we are already. So, like what's the name? Polo Man, big up yourself. He said 4-1. Mark Simmons already said the ref are garbage. Yeah, man, I think it's a Liverpool win. It's going to be a tough match. I think it's going to be exciting. But yeah, man, Newcastle, they have themselves to blame, and their fans need to look at the owners, man. Look at the board. Now, you coming out, Eddie Howe. Now you coming out and said the conversation was being made. You could have made this thing non-toxic for everybody, whether the player was going to leave or not. You guys could have smoothed this thing out. As much as I say Crystal Palace is being useless, at least they kept it very clean. They could have also been very toxic with the players because they are in Conference League, Europa, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, I think the Isak, I mean, he have said it. He said it's going to be ending very quickly. And Isak is not playing on Monday. So that's a very good thing for us. But big up to everybody who came in, the K-Mark crew that came in. Please Subscribe if you haven't. Tomorrow we have a call-in show. Come in and have your say. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Get the likes up. Already seen that 2 people didn't like what we were talking about. That's okay. We love you anyway. And if you're gonna watch the show later, please comment, man. We will reply. We do reply. Just be respectful. That's all we ask. Get the likes up, people. Go to Anfield Irishman. He's trying to find a show to do. So go help him out and help him out with some content because he doesn't want to talk about Isak anymore. Irishman, you can talk about Guehi. Yeah, talk about Guehi.
I mean, the thumbnail is looking like Guehi at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hear that. And then Rodrygo thing, I don't know where it came from, but I think I'm at 35% if Rodrygo is gonna happen. I don't think it will happen.
Much more of a Man City type of signing to me. Savinho leaves, Rodrygo goes in. That works for me. I can absolutely see that.
Yeah,
I don't think the Spurs are going to spend that much money on him, man.
Spurs are useless, man.
Well, Spurs ain't getting Rodrygo, but if Spurs get Savinho, oh well, they absolutely will now that they've lost out on Eze. They had the money to buy both because they've lost Madison for basically the season.
Yeah.
They've lost Kulusevski for basically most of the season. They had the money to do both. They've lost out on one, but there's a guy. Romano was saying it like Pep has one of those policies where if a player goes into the office and says that he'd like to leave the club, they instantly let him go.
Yeah,
but there's someone in the higher ups at Man City doesn't want to let Savinho go. Now, whatever that's about, I don't know. That's what Romano.
You don't want to pick a fight with Pep because he will walk.
Yeah, so that's what's holding that up. Apparently, the guy was happy to go there. Like he's a brilliant little footballer, so I wouldn't want to lose him because what they were saying was this guy was linking it to the Cole Palmer scenario. They sold Cole Palmer, and whatever some people might think about Cole Palmer, he's gone on to be a superb player, and they're worried about something similar happening with Savinho, which I think they should be worried about because he's a brilliant player. If they sell him to Tottenham, he's probably going to be brilliant. It's like I don't think it's that complicated. So Tottenham have gone from thinking they had basically Eze and Savinho about a week ago to potentially not having either of them.
Because they were trying to offload Richardson and it didn't work.
Richarlison?
Yeah, Richarlison, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that's why they wanted to do the deal with Eze with Crystal Palace. We will swap and then, add some cash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Richarlison swap for Eze? Oof.
And then Arsenal was like, oh, these fools are still dilly-dallying. But yeah, Carl, this is your new BFF.
Okay,
No, he's off there talking to people. People, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you guys. K-Mac, Ray, thank you. Carl, I appreciate you as always. Irishman, I'll see you soon, man. Thank you, everybody.
No problem, man.
Yeah, man. Get the likes up. Thank you. Peace.